Steph.
And I'm Joel.
And welcome to
Framed. Canvas Cuffs.
and Other Stuffs.
Season 2, baby.
Woo!
We're back. Enjoy the episode.
Hello, Joel.
Hi.
Long time no see.
I know. It's been a whole wide week.
Just a whole...
Oh. Sorry. Sorry. I'm disgusting.
Not at all. You know what? Human. Just human.
Have you started to get hay fever yet?
No.
Mine's getting
You're
there. Yeah, mine's. I
Just
feel like
crying
yeah.
when you leave the house.
I feel like I've got little ants in my nose going.
I haven't started sneezing yet, so...
Yeah, I won't talk about it because we might get it by proxy.
What are you recommending this week, Joel?
I had one. Oh, what was it? You do yours. I'll think of mine. I was thinking about it in the car.
My recommendation is just a kind of like general recommendation if you have Disney. If you have Disney, it's
Like the streaming.
the streaming platform.
We're locked out of house. We don't know how to get back in.
Disney's
It's telling us to reignite our login or something like that, and we're trying to do it. I want to watch my Disneys. I want to watch my Pixars.
your Pixars.
Sorry, just
You're right.
continue.
There are a lot of what I like to call like bad documentaries on there, in the sense that they're like made by like 2020, and they're kind of like all about, like, one of them's called like Murder Girls and things like that. It's like Mean Girl Murders. That's what it's called.
Binge has all of
those as well.
crazy ones. Yeah.
And it's just like they're easy to watch when you're like, I don't know what to watch, but I just want something in the back.
super glue killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's just, they're about an hour long.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can either eat my lunch or like I've got to go and do something after I've eaten dinner. So I'm just going to put on something shit so I don't get sucked in.
Yeah.
Please, Disney and Binge have all of the terrible ones. Mean Girl Murders is a great place to start. It's
How
all
many
about mean girls murdering.
How many times did they go, and then I realized something wasn't right?
Oh, yeah. Or it's like, everyone loves Cindy until they didn't.
Yeah.
And you're like...
and then the picture of her goes like inverted.
Yeah. Or
like the colors go black and white and it goes, doo.
Yeah. Or it's like a couple and then the picture like splits and you're like, oh.
We thought it was going to be the best day of our life until it wasn't.
I have given permission, and I'll give you this permission on air now, that when a documentary, and if a documentary ever gets made about me because somehow something like I have either murdered or or someone's murdered me.
Yeah.
You are allowed to tell the truth about me. You do not have to say everyone loved. She was such a lovely, just kind, calm person.
Good, we can go to town on
You
how
can go
much
to
of a
town.
monster you are.
Yes, 100%. Like, I just think everyone always, especially, like, obviously, you know, when you're speaking of the dead, you don't want to speak ill. Speak ill. It's fine.
Friend is a stretch. I would have called her an acquaintance.
We did know each other for many years, but, like, not that well.
And that's when I knew something wasn't right.
So, yeah, please go and watch Mean Girl Murders. It's a bit of fun.
Mean Girl Murders on Binge.
Yeah, and as soon as you press play, you'll know exactly the type of documentary.
Have you seen those like fake like thriller movies on Binge as well, where it's just like my stepfather's gun went missing? They've got like crazy names.
And
they look like, they don't look real. They look like they're made up by AI.
Yeah. And someone's got 3 fingers and like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not seen, but
have a flick through.
Have you watched any?
No. God, no.
God, no.
But I like looking at the covers and looking at the titles of the movies.
It feels very like weird. You know, like when you've got an Amazon, you type in like a book on Amazon and then all of the weird titles come up because they're all AI generated books now. And
they're so literal.
Yeah. Or it will be like, my COVID lover is a monster. And you're like, what?
How my mute son won the spelling bee. Like they're just so literal.
Yeah.
I remembered what mine was.
Okay. What's your recommendation?
Okay. Oh, I've got 2. We're doing 2 episodes today. It's all good. I'll start with, it's another show. Guys, we've been busy. We just watch shows now pretty much in our free time when we can. And this show's been out for ages. I don't think I've talked about it before. And this is my second rewatch of it. Mm-hmm. But it is one of the best Australian comedy series that I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's definitely what the new Office should have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they revamped The Office and made it the Australian Office, and everyone was just like, no, this is flop, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Utopia. Have you watched Utopia?
No.
Oh my God.
It's
I'm
funny?
rewatching it. It is just as funny as the first time watching it.
Okay.
It captures Australian office life.
Yep.
Obviously a bit more exaggerated.
Yep.
But anyone who's worked like 9 to 5 office vibes and just the things that happen around the office on the day to day and the way that this show makes kind of fun of all of that is so on point.
Amazing.
It's got an amazing cast. It's got Kitty Flanagan.
I love Kitty Flanagan.
It's got Celia Piccola.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that redhead comedian guy who's like kind of awkward and he's like really sweet.
Yeah,
he's been in heaps of stuff.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, hello. He's kind of
and he kind of bumbles along, but it's like
bumbles.
Yeah.
It is brilliantly written.
Yeah.
It's won a bunch of awards.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen it before and you like that kind of like awkward humor a la The Office and stuff like that, but you want to watch something kind of really great that's Australian, please check out Utopia.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. It's brilliant.
You know what? I will.
It's so bingeable as well.
Yes.
And it's so cringy and funny and just it's just fantastic.
Yeah. Is it cringe in the sense that you just go, oh, I feel that? Or is it like one of those shows where it makes you feel a bit anxious because you're like,
you get really anxious watching it. Yes, you get very anxious for the main character because he just gets so frustrated at the incompetence of everyone around him, but he can't get out of it.
Yes. Okay.
And even just the people who work around the office, like there's this kind of secretary, and what she does is a lot of what she does is kind of what I do at my job, and so I kind of see myself in her.
You relate.
Yes, and it's really good. It's kind of weird because I go from my job and I go home and watch Utopia, and I'm like, oh, I'm back there, but it's
stressful.
It's fantastic.
Okay,
it's so good.
Utopia, watch it.
Yes.
Mean Girl Murders and Utopia. Enjoy.
Utopia's on Stan. This Australian list. If you're not from Australia, I think Utopia might be on Netflix in America because I think it had like a little bit of a buzz there for a bit. Maybe I'm thinking of Fisk.
Fisk, I think, did have a bit of buzz over there.
Yeah. Anyway, wherever you are in the world
watch it.
You want to watch a bit of Australian humor, please check out Utopia.
Alrighty, Joel. Shall we begin this week's episode?
Yes. I'm gagging to learn.
Oh, well, this is actually quite a recent crime. It is,
which is fun because the last one was like in the 1700s.
Yeah. So we're zooming.
Yeah, we're zooming through time.
Last spring in Tribeca, a dealer asked where his $1.8 million went. I know. The advisor in front of him, Lisa, said a single word. Gone. Then she turned and ran down White Street. Minutes later.
Bye, Lisa.
Honestly, the way I cannot, when I was reading about it, literally. Yeah, pretty much. When I was reading about this, pretty much everything was just like, she said like, sorry, it's gone. And then just kind of left. And everyone's like, sorry. Gilly. Minutes later, his phone lit up with the text message that read, I'm sorry, I'll try to make it right. Another friend got a message that said, know that I love you. Today we're stepping behind the velvet rope into a room where trust is the currency, galleries whisper prices, and access is everything. We're asking when the person selling you clarity thrives on opacity. How do you tell a masterpiece from a mirage?
Ooh.
I wrote that.
Oh, okay.
I wrote
Getting
that.
your word count up.
Yes.
Opacity, mirage. Sexy words.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When you start to learn a word and you're like, I'm going to try and force this into my everyday life.
Yeah.
Now that you've kind of heard the end of the story, we're going to zoom all the way back to the start. Whoa! Lisa was born in Miami. Her name is Lisa Schiff. Lisa Schiff was born in Miami in 1969. to a somewhat wealthy family. However, the main cachet her family had was in that area was networking and education. So her parents were quite well-known professors and stuff, I believe. So she had kind of access to a higher education quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
She was studious and an academic. She didn't take the same route as some socialites. She became really entrenched in education and getting her master's. And she got her master's in art history and prep.
Good girl, Lisa.
Good girl. After school, she sets out on her career and maybe strategically goes and works for some of the most prestigious places in the art world, in galleries in Paris. She also works in a gallery in New York City called sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Phillips Dupree in New York City.
Yeah, that's...
Sounds like a
She's
place.
sounding like such a Charlotte right now.
She is Charlotting her way through life.
Yep.
So this gives her deep insights into the art world as far as how galleries work, how art dealers work. She's kind of seeing both sides of, I guess, this art world of how clients come in and how galleries and the behind the scenes work. So
she's learning how the sausage is made.
She's learning how the sausage is made. Tasty.
Yum.
So
are you still veggie? No.
No.
You haven't been veggie in ages. And I feel like I ask you a lot.
No. Yeah. I was veggie for a long time.
You were veggie for ages.
You know what? It makes more sense for me to be veggie now morally, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like back when I was younger, didn't make as much sense. But now.
You hated animals.
Yeah. I just kick them on the street. But now morally it makes more sense and I'm not. So what? Life.
Oh, life.
Oh, life.
Rather have a piece of toast.
Watch the evening news. Lyrical genius.
That's so bizarre that she wrote that line.
But also iconic because it's the one line everyone sings.
I never want to see a ghost. What's she talking about?
Watch the evening news.
I hope she's okay.
She's talking about life, Joel. She says it in the song.
I feel like her name's Desiree. Yeah. I could be wrong.
Her name is Desiree. She's got one other big hit, doesn't she? Got that one and then
Death. Oh, death.
Oh, death. Oh, death. Anyway, she's Charlotte.
Yeah. She's charlatting about. So Lisa is cultivating the image and giving herself a position of authority, displaying her deep academic learning and understanding. Kind of means she positions herself as in this like authority place in the art world. Especially if she's focused on art history and provenance. So do you remember what provenance is, Joel? Can I quiz you? Provenance of a painting. I'll
let you know. I'll teach you again.
I know we've talked about it.
We've talked about it. So provenance is essentially where a painting comes from and helps authenticate the painting.
Yeah. Yes.
History of a painting.
I just was reminded about last episode how you were trying to tell me about the painter drawing the hands. For some reason my brain broke and I just couldn't. I had no idea what you were talking about. Still don't. You don't have to explain it.
I'm not going to explain it again. I did think about that this week as well. And I went, did I not explain it right? Was I not clear?
It was just the two magnets in my brain were like on the opposite ends of each other and they just weren't connected.
They were doing that weird thing.
Yeah.
So in 2002, Lisa stops working for other people and being on other people's payroll, and she opens her own business. It's the SFA Advisory, and it's based in New York City, but she ends up opening a Los Angeles or Los Angeles? How do you say?
Los Angeles. I say Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think I say Los Angeles, but I wanted to say Los Angeles. Right in.
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
it?
No, I feel like
LA.
just call it LA.
Yeah. I need to know now though. I'm not looking it up, but
I'm trying to hear an American person say
Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She opens her offices in LA and also London. So she's growing, she's expanding. Pitch is kind of simple and sexy, modern and contemporary art, but with access. You don't just buy a work, you buy the shortcut to a world that you would otherwise not be invited to. So what her business is she is an art advisor.
Yep.
We're going to go into what that means in a
Yeah.
moment. Her client list is actually quite large. She's got not only people in kind of high society New York City, she's also got people like Leonardo DiCaprio on her kind of bill.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Swiss Beats, who is Alicia Keys'
Swiss Beats.
Yes!
Yeah, no, he is. I remember him.
Alicia Keys'
Yeah.
husband.
I think they're still together.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
He did that Eve song. He produced that Eve song that's like, shake a tambourine, go get yourself a whistle, shake a tambourine, go. Oh, come on.
Oh, I do know that one. Yeah.
That used to play when we used to go out to Swagger.
Oh my God.
Remember Swagger?
I do remember.
The hip hop gay party?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to there was a song that played the other day and we were in the car and I said to SJ, this song will forever remind me of Joel at a certain time in our lives. It was a Rihanna song and it was the David Guetta one, the remix kind of, what was it? David Guetta and Rihanna. And
Who's that chick?
And
Who's that chick?
It just reminds me of you because of that and oh na na.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
on. They were on.
Make us watch the music videos all the time.
Oh my God! Before we went out, putting it on YouTube. What a time!
So she's got Swizz Beats. She's got DiCaprio.
She's got DiCaprio.
Yeah.
She's got a pretty good roster. There's also her mission statement, which she repeats in interviews, which is a interesting foreshadowing. My main job is to make the art world transparent. It's such a complex world, and I want to make it very clear and trustworthy.
Okay.
So some foreshadowing before we go into her story. So what does an art advisor actually do, Joel? Let's say you've come into some money.
Yep.
You've got money in the bank and you're like, I not only want my walls to look good with art, I don't want to go down to Kmart, but I also maybe want to invest in something that might make me more money if I decide to sell it later on.
Yes.
You want something that's not just aesthetics, but you don't really have time to study the art world and how that's moving. You would pay an art advisor.
Okay.
Yeah. So art advisors are people who know.
Personal shopper.
It's a personal shopper. So not only will they get your aesthetic, but they might also be like, well, this artist is up and coming. Buy this painting now. In a few years, it's probably going to be worth double what you paid for it.
Right.
So there is.
Ooh, that would be a cool job.
Yeah, it would be a cool job. It's also one of those things, a bit of like, risk as well if you back the wrong horse, or if you back the right horse.
Yeah.
So I could make you a lot of money or I could tell you to buy this painting and you think it's going to make you a lot of money in the long run.
And then it doesn't and then you're a shitty advisor.
Yeah. So you've got to be really in the know. There's also a bit of I guess we touch on it a little bit in the art world, people, especially like galleries and art advisors, if they're really hand in hand and, we work really well together, we will probably promote artists and, bring their stardom up in order to make more money. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
So
I understand that.
You understand?
Yeah.
Perfect. So art advisors usually earn money in a couple of ways. So either on a monthly retainer for ongoing scouting and strategy, because you might have a lot of money where, you not only need art for your walls, but obviously you might be donating it to galleries and then tax breaks, all this kind of stuff. There's also a commission on purchases. So, you might buy a painting and I get, 10% of that sale.
Right.
Also kind of a hybrid of both where you pay me, but then I also take a commission, but it might be less. So it's kind of like you do those three different things. It's not a standardized kind of industry, which is part of the charm and the risk as well. So it's good because it's about networking and who you know and that kind of thing, but also there's not a lot of laws in place around it. Usually what would happen is if I was the advisor and I was buying the work, I'd negotiate with everyone, then I would step aside as soon as the money comes in. You would pay the gallery or the artist and I wouldn't have my hands on that.
Okay.
Or if I did, I would have very clear documentation of how much was paid, where the money goes, can see it all very easily.
Yeah.
But usually an art advisor would not really be a part of the money transaction.
Sounds almost like freelancey.
Yeah, it is a bit freelancey. Keep that in mind when we kind of step through this story that art advisors usually don't touch the money.
Yep. Okay.
Why did Lisa's phone ring off the hook? Why was she the go-to be-all for this kind of industry? She had access to products. So she had access to, studios quite early. She had access to galleries. She could get you to buy art before it even had hit kind of, an opening, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you would get first pick, first dibs.
She was in there.
Yeah, she was in there. And obviously it can make you a lot of money, and she was also smart with how she used PR as well. So she actually hired a PR on retainer and would get her name in magazines. She'd be on talks. So you're building your brand.
Yes.
It's the ultimate of building the brand. She also worked in like the charity art world as well. So she did a lot of work with Leonardo DiCaprio and his charities and what he was doing, once again, cementing who you are as a person. Not only are you an art dealer, but you're also a good person.
I can imagine it's not like the most flooded market. So she'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be the best one to knock out any competition.
Yeah. And when you're, I guess, building your brand, your personal brand, in a very niche market, it's usually a lot easier to kind of blow up.
Oh, yeah.
So as opposed to being like, I can do everything.
Yeah.
She also co-funds a art charity.
Yeah.
And it's kind of helps up and coming artists and gives money to them, gives money to new galleries that are opening, all this kind of stuff. So she's putting money back into the world that she works in. So she's good at her job and she's making bank at this point. She's making so much money at this point.
Off, Lisa.
I know. So do you want to hear what she's spending her money on?
Yes.
You lived in New York City, Joel. How
Yes.
much would you have spent on rent every month for an apartment in Tribeca?
Oh, God. Every month?
Every month.
For a one bedroom?
Oh, probably a bit bigger than a one bedroom. But how much would you have? Well, what's the going rate in rent in New York City?
$7,000 a month.
She was paying $25,000 a month.
Oh, my God.
To rent an apartment in Tribeca. So I'm going to assume it's the penthouse.
I don't even remember where Tribeca was.
Like fancy side.
Yeah, right.
Fancy side of life.
Mm-hmm.
So
I lived in Brooklyn.
I lived in Brooklyn.
Bushwick.
Yeah, she was not living there. So $25,000 a month in rent.
I said $7,000.
You know what?
I don't know
That's
how money
still
works.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
She also had an LA apartment. She had a luxury car with a full-time driver, which
Wait, how old is she at this point?
this is probably around 2019. So she is late 40s, early 50s now.
right.
So she's made, there's been
she's not in her 20s.
No, she's not in her 20s. She's older.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 'cause she was born in 69. Yep.
Yeah. So she's making that cash. And so, it doesn't feel as crazy when you're not 20 being like, woo.
Yeah.
So she's also, it said the full-time driver is only $1,800 a month. And I was like, I'd consider that. That's not that much money. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe it's $18,000 a month and I've written it down wrong.
You'd want to be driving a lot though. You'd want bang for your buck.
Yeah. I'd rather hire a personal chef, I think. Which would you prefer, a personal chef or a personal driver?
I'd do personal trainer. For the stars.
For the stars.
Yeah. So you make it look like I'm going to be in a Marvel movie and you've got 2 weeks to do it.
I'll tell you how you do that. Steroids.
Yeah, no, I don't want steroids.
I think you'll
gives
find.
You back knees.
I think you're going to find.
No.
That might be what's happening.
Don't do that.
They don't do that. Allegedly.
Hollywood would never.
Hollywood would never do anything like that. She's going on 5-star vacations. She's going on luxury shopping sprees. Allegedly, apparently, she went into Loewe and spent $30,000 in one go.
Jesus Louise.
That is the life. apparently she also threw a birthday party for her 12-year-old son, which cost $20,000.
Damn. Oh, I bet he's a little prick.
Yeah. Well, he probably
Little money kid.
little money
Fuck
kid.
off.
She also would buy notebooks for her kids that were about $600 each because they were leather bound, custom made.
Oh, see, that's nice.
That's nice.
I like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also like, why? They're just going to use it and throw it away.
Yeah, they wouldn't know the meaning of the
No.
money.
No. Chartered helicopters everywhere. Now, she did say apparently she was miserable through all of this.
No, they always are.
They always are. It seems like an after the fact kind of situation where you're like, sorry.
I can almost guarantee you I wouldn't be miserable if I had that much money.
If I had a driver
I'm sick of hearing about people being like, oh, money isn't everything.
You know what? It is.
No, it is.
And I'd be fine. I'd be okay. I wouldn't be miserable.
Yeah.
Might have some days.
You try stressing out at Coles for the price of broccoli, putting it back, being like, I'm not spending that much on broccoli.
Avocados, forget it. Here's where it gets messy, Joel.
Yep.
We're moving into the messy part of it all. So between 2018 and 2023, prosecutors say Lisa kind of runs this play on repeat is what they call it. So she sells a client's piece and then kind of pockets the money and tells the buyer that the money's coming, like your money's coming. So she also collects money from clients and says, I'll buy this, up and coming work, but then never buys it.
Lisa.
I know. So
how stressful. You're going to have so many people after you.
Yeah, you would. So this is what we call a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Ponzi scheme?
I have. It's something to do with Happy Days, isn't it? No.
Are you thinking about Ponzi?
I thought the word for Ponzi scheme came from like maybe one of the characters from Happy Days.
We're gonna get our.
Can we get our fact check on that?
I think you're thinking of the Fonz, right? And not the Pons.
Pons. Because he always had the phrase jump the shark.
Yeah,
that came from Happy Days.
Did it?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Because the Fonz. In one it's Happy Days started to go on like a really big decline and they were like scrounging for storylines. And there was an episode where Fonz had to like Fonzie was on like water skis and he had to jump over like a ramp that had a shark underneath it. And people were just like, what is happening to Happy Days? Like, this is ridiculous. And so now people say don't jump the shark when they're like, don't get too crazy.
But also maybe we should be jumping the shark.
Well, it depends.
Okay, so the actual word Ponzi scheme, open SJ's phone. A Ponzi scheme is named after Charles Ponzi, an Italian con artist who perpetrated a fraudulent investment scam in Boston in 1920.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you what a Ponzi
No, I'm thinking of when someone says I'm a patsy.
Oh, where's that from?
From Happy Days, I think.
You know what?
Wait.
The entire English language, any saying that you think is from Happy Days.
It's like, you're a patsy. I'm a patsy.
It's actually from AbFab.
No.
Jump the shark.
Don't you shake your head. You're a patsy. It means you're going to take the fall for something?
Okay. The origin of the term is often linked to the 19th century American slang and may have been popularized by vaudeville character named Patsy Bolivar, who was consistently depicted as an innocent victim or the one to blame. Not from Happy Days, I don't think.
I'm not crazy.
Hey, jump the shark, I get.
Okay. Maybe it's just Jump the Shark from Happy Days.
Anyway,
what were we talking about? Lisa's stealing everyone's money.
Lisa's stealing money. So a Ponzi scheme is when, let's just say, okay, so a Ponzi scheme, I'll give you the actual definition.
Yeah.
It's an investment fraud where the operator takes in money and represents it to people that are investing it. I'm going to explain this better in a minute. But instead keeps taking in more money and then pays out an older claim to early investors with funds from new investors. So this type of scheme eventually collapses because the operator must always be taking in more money than they're paying out. So let's just say I go to you and I say, I'm like, I can help you make money. I'm going to invest your money for you. Give me $2 and I'll turn it into $4 for you. And then in a few months you go, where's my $4? And I say, shit. So then I go to SJ and I say, you give me $4, I'll invest it to you and I'll turn it into $8. And then I give the money that she gives me to you to pay you back. But now I'm in debt to her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just keeps going and going.
It just keeps going and going.
Yeah.
And because you're having to ask for more money, you're going into you're getting more and more issues because you're eventually going to have to pay that money back to someone. So that's a Ponzi scheme. You're taking money from Peter to pay Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that saying from? Happy Days.
Yeah.
I want to believe now every saying is Happy Days.
Well, apparently no sayings are from Happy Days.
But Jump the Shark is.
Jump the Shark.
You know what? You weren't wrong with that.
Yes.
All right. So.
What a stressful life.
It's so stressful. So I could understand why she was a little bit miserable.
Yeah.
But.
How would she sleep at night? I'd be so scared someone would be like coming in to break my legs.
I would be constantly stressed.
Yeah.
And be like, where am I getting this money from? This is kind of where the money starts to run out because she's been doing this for a few years now and she has probably bitten off. Whoa. She's bitten off a little bit more than she can chew.
Yeah.
So the cracks start to form when in December 2022, 3 co-owners sell a painting through Sotheby's in Hong Kong.
Okay.
They sell it for roughly $2.5 million. But the money that they made off this painting never arrives, which is about, I think, it's 900,000 each for the 3 of them. Is that 900? I
don't know.
All right. They've made 2.5 million and it's not there, right? Yeah. So they each go, well, where's my money?
Yeah.
And Lisa's the one who's brokered this deal.
Yep.
And so the money has gone missing somewhere. So they confront her and this is where she kind of goes,
gone.
Bye. It's gone. So let's talk about kind of how this all happened, I guess. So she would make excuses to her clients and to galleries saying, money's coming. Oh, we're busy. Let me check on it. Dodging calls, that kind of thing. When she meets with her, I guess, business associate and then runs down the street going, see ya, bye, it's gone. That's when she realizes, I think that's when she realizes, I think maybe the jig is up.
Yeah, she's in too deep.
And it's all about to fall down around her. So
it's got a bit of the Anna Delvey's about it.
It does. It does. It's got a bit of, I feel like though this seems a bit more.
She knew what she definitely knew what she was doing.
Whereas with Anna
was a bit more floaty and aloof.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is specific because so we're going to talk about one of the victims. Her name is Candace. And Candace was, I think this is a lot of the time with Ponzi schemes especially, it's usually quite personal. It's not usually like a big firm or something that's taking money and investing. It's this one is.
You've gone to this individual, you've probably developed a bit of a relationship and trust with them.
So this is where the Candace comes in. So she wasn't just a client, she was a longtime friend. They'd been friends for 20 years.
Oh, Lisa.
I know. Lisa, what have you done? By Candace's account, she had built a pretty fast-moving collection with Lisa's guidance around paintings. They talked on the phone multiple times a day. They holidayed together. They went on shopping sprees together. They were pardon the pun, maybe they were thick as thieves.
Yeah.
And when the victim impact statement, Candace's husband highlighted the depth of this bond, stating that Lisa broke his wife's heart and thought that, Candace believed that Lisa was her best friend. So
this is so much more hectic than like forgetting to pay your friend back, like who, was like, oh, I'm going to get dinner. Like this is
more than that. That's for sure. I think as well, when you're as well, what you would look back on is Candace would be like, okay, so we went on all these lavish holidays. I watched you spend all my money.
With my money.
Like,
yeah.
That's not your money. I thought it was your money, but it's not. It's my money. So I think you'd be.
You know what they say? It's the root of all evil. Money.
Oh. It could be.
Destroys
but
everything.
I want more of
these
it.
little bits of paper, these little numbers that go on your phone that you use for transactions
Just
can fuck everything up.
It can. Or it can make life really fun.
Yeah. If you do it the right way.
If you do it the right way. Don't steal your friend's money is probably the moral of the story. Reportedly, Lisa maybe created a portfolio for Candace of over $10 million buying and selling art. So she didn't steal $10 million, but she cultivated $10 million through investments.
Yeah. Just passing it around.
So the thing with Candace as well is because she had such trust in Lisa, she provided her with access to credit cards and bank accounts.
Oh, no.
And I guess this level of trust and method of direct payment gave Lisa full access to a vault of money that she could play with. So not great. Despite their close bond as well, Lisa continued with her fraudulent activities, and Candace's husband noted that only a week before Lisa surrendered to authorities that she had asked them both for $190,000 for artworks they just had to have. So it's not like in the lead up she was trying to be like...
She was still trying to fleece them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know. Candace
Where's her conscience?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how you could do this. Unless she uses, like, when she gets those bits of money, it's like a distraction and she's just like, well, I've got this. It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've mentioned it, Joel.
Okay.
So in 2022, so this is 2 years before kind of this starts to ripple effect, I guess, 2 to 3 years before that, Lisa actually drafted confession letters to be sent to a couple of her victims after a stint in rehab. So she went to rehab just at the start of 2020, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And so she did the whole, apology. One of your steps in a 12-step is
rehab for what?
I believe it was alcohol and potentially drugs.
Oh, okay.
Specifically alcohol, I think, though. However, she wrote them. She never sent them. She never confessed. Because what happened was COVID hits. And what happened in COVID was the art market boomed.
Oh, okay.
So the art market really boomed in COVID.
People were in their houses and they wanted pretty things to look at.
Pretty things, and people had money to invest, So she kept it going for 3 more years. So that shows that she was aware she was doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But couldn't help herself and saw an opportunity and kept going. When she is confronted by her business partner and she realizes all of the cards are falling, she actually eventually, I don't know if it's within 2 weeks or however long it is, but she goes to the authorities and kind of like confesses her crimes because she knows they're sniffing around. So she's kind of like, this is what I've done. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I think that's like almost like a last ditch attempt to be like
I'm gonna get got. So I may as well confess to knock off, a few years.
So what happens is the core people who were in that big sale in Hong Kong, they start a lawsuit and they go after compensation for victims of her crime. So what happens very quickly is her firm shuts down. So all 3 offices shut down. She has to hand over the records to investigators, and then in October of 2024, so this all happens quite quickly, she is standing before a judge getting her sentence and pleading guilty to the crimes of 1 count of wire fraud is what she eventually confesses to. So on the record, she admits to like to losing, quote unquote, $6.5 million. And that's about 55 artworks. She's ripped off a dozen plus clients, artists, an estate, and a gallery. So all of those people have money owed to them. The government's kind of, or because I think when it's a situation like this, the government kind of sues you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
So their kind of line is that she, for years, so this wasn't like she did it for a year and she's kind of, landed in the shit. This was years and years.
Accumulated.
Yeah. So for years, she diverted client money and lied about it. So, and in court, Lisa's own words were, I stole from them, I lied to them, I lived lavishly.
Work,
bitch. So multiple filings claimed millions of outstanding dollars across many different deals. So the judge, he says, okay, you've got to pay like the $6.5 million back, but I think then also she has to pay like 9.5 in restitution.
But how can you if the money's gone?
Yeah, so
what happens there?
Okay, so what I believe, and I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But what she'd do is she'd file for bankruptcy. And when you file for bankruptcy, it essentially means you don't have to pay anyone back for a certain amount of years. So you have like 5 years to pay before you have to start paying money back.
Yep.
What they would have done is they would have liquidated all of her assets, anything that she had, lying around. So whether she's got, whether she owned or rented, but she'd have furniture in those offices, they would have literally sold everything like that. But, if she had a car, they would have sold the car, that kind of thing to start paying back to start paying a restitution.
Yep.
Which I think is why a lot of people, when they come out of jail and stuff, they write a book because if they have to pay restitution, the money from the book, a lot of that will go to victims.
True. Yes.
So that's, just
that makes sense.
From my basic understanding, could be totally wrong, but that's what I believe happens.
Yeah.
When she's sentenced, she offers an apology. It doesn't feel like the victims don't seem to believe that she's remorseful.
Yeah.
She is also sentenced to 30 months in prison. Once she's released, she'll have to have like supervised, like a supervised release. So there'll be conditions on over the next few years. You can't do this. You can do this. That kind of thing. Parole, I guess, is what you'd say. And then, she's got to pay over $9 million in restitution to her victim.
Well, she'd have a lot of fancy stuff floating around. I'm sure once that's liquidated, that won't take too long.
Much. The victims get to make impact statements as well. They talk about how it's a deep personal betrayal. I think with especially because she's networking, she's such a people person. Yeah. It feels more personal than someone stealing your money from like over the phone.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly right. Someone that you've trusted. And
yeah. Someone that you talk
met
to
face to face.
Yeah, you're friends with.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And a lot of the time the victims say it just doesn't feel like she is remorseful.
No, there's a lack of empathy, sympathy. It's sounding a bit sociopathic.
Yeah.
Definitely addiction tendencies.
Yeah, I think so. There's probably an addiction thing. And there's also like, you're only sorry because you got found out.
Yeah.
I wonder if you would be sorry if you hadn't.
No, I think she would keep going.
Yeah. So
just in a constant circle of owing and getting and owing and getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we cut to now, Lisa, who used to curate for A-listers, had people like Leonardo DiCaprio in her phone, is living in a modest 2-bedroom apartment out in the suburbs. Apparently her parents are covering the rent at the moment. So sorry, parents. Apparently as well, she also writes and rewrites apology letters to her victims, but her lawyers say, please don't send them. That could be seen as an admission of guilt to some things that maybe you haven't confessed to yet.
Right.
So she's writing those letters and she's never sending them. The walls that once held Damien Hirst or very famous artworks, even art books, went to pay the creditors. So we've liquidated all of her assets. And this case especially not only highlights, I guess it just doesn't tell just the story of Lisa. It tells the story of a bigger problem in the art world.
Yes.
So the art industry makes $63 billion a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much money is changing hands. And a lot of the deals are private. They're behind closed doors. It's there's an element of networking. It's 100% who you know, not what you know industry.
Yeah.
So it kind of means that when you jump into this world, whether you're investing or you're, a client, whoever you are, there is an element of people can easily take advantage of you and your money and where they put it.
Because it's also like it takes away a lick of guilt, because you're like, the people that I'm dealing with are quite wealthy and well-to-do. So the things that I'm doing aren't going to, put them on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that the risk factor's down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're fucking these people over, but if I take X amount of money from them, it's not like their lives are destroyed.
Yeah, they've still got money in the bank.
They've still got money.
Yeah, so it's an industry that's somewhat built on trust, which is amazing, but also can be built on lies and deception. And when there's so much money, and we know that there's some dark elements there, but it's like, it's just, there's so much money changing hands in a year, and that's too much money. So watch out.
She got a reality check.
Lisa got a reality check.
Yeah.
That is the story of Lisa.
Now she's living in the burbs.
She's living in the burbs.
Good on her parents for still holding her up, even though she
really,
that would be hard.
Yeah, you'd be looking
like,
ooh, Lisa.
Yeah.
Got to go work at Coles.
Yeah. That's a decent job.
You know what?
Go do a decent job.
Yeah, just do a little bit of a, just a standard job.
Yeah.
Go work in retail for a few years.
Yeah. Work at Country Road.
Yeah. Stop Ponzi scheming.
Stop it.
Stop Fonzie scheming.
Yeah.
And don't jump the shark.
Yeah. It's I know what she did was awful. There's a level to me that's just like, she's not quite right. There's some wires crossing in her head that makes her think that what she's doing isn't the biggest deal that it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm glad that now she's kind of living a smaller life.
Yeah.
And maybe hopefully reality's kind of set in, and she's come to terms with what she's done.
Yeah. And probably what happened was,
and hopefully at least happy.
Yeah. I hope she's happy.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy.
I don't think she deserves to, it's almost like I guess a Robin Hood-y thing, because she's stealing from rich people anyway.
Yeah.
But she did the wrong thing.
She did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? She's paying for her crimes.
Yeah.
I think as well, probably it started a bit smaller, and then it just grew and grew. And once you start showing that you have certain things, I think, especially in New York City society, you don't want to lose that.
I wonder what happened to her kids.
I'm sure they're just going to public school now.
Yeah.
Not
all their
private.
things would have been liquidated.
Oh, those notebooks, those $600 notebooks. But yeah, I think, it would be a building. It would probably be at the start a slow, gradual build, and then all of a sudden you're in debt for so much money that you're like,
too deep. You're like, well, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've got to buy those $600 notebooks. Heaven forbid.
Oh, that would suck. That would suck.
I'd be so,
it would be so stressful
all the time.
No.
I couldn't handle it.
No, neither.
But yeah, that's this week's
what a
episode.
Fascinating story.
Just don't Ponzi scheme.
No.
Don't just pay back the money.
And do one thing at a time.
Do one thing at a time. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about what you're doing.
Let me think about.
Please write us a review. Come on over to YouTube if you want to see us.
Yeah.
Come on over to Instagram if you want to see bite-sized versions of us.
Yeah. Check us out.
Check us out.
Hunty.
And Joel, as we always say.
If you're at the supermarket and you do see a spill on the floor, maybe think about slipping over on it, because at the end of the day, it's their fault for having it there, and you might come out with a bit of money at the end.
Who knows? This is not legal advice.
Where did that come from?
I like it though.
Because I always forget that we do these advice sections, but
that is what we always say.
Yeah.
Slip.
See a banana on the floor, maybe have a bit of a slip.
Ooh.
See what you can get out of it.
Ow. All right, and until next week, Have a great week.
Have a great week. Cheerio.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.